Hey guys, it's Mr. Ruhl, and we're going to start the variables unit, and this is how we're going to start it. We're going to talk about pendulums, or swingers if you will. And we're going to talk about the variables we could change to see how often something swings in a certain amount of time. Woo! We ready to start? Here's a demonstration. So, when we talk about pendulums, we have a couple of different variables. We have the length of the string, or the rope, in this case, the chain. And we also have the weight on the swing, me. And we also have the point at which it's released. I can go higher, woo! Or I can slow it down and go lower, doesn't matter. But anyway, we're gonna test a little bit here, just to show you the difference in weight. And I bet you're all wondering who our our volunteer is for this fun experiment. Who in their right mind would get on a swing with Mr. Ruhl out in the playground just like this? Let's see who it is. Edgar, of course, my wonderful assistant who never lets me down. Don't mess this up. Woo! Attaboy! Hi, yes. Is this animal control? Yes, I need to report a problem happening at the... Oh, sorry, hold on. Hey guys, Mr. Ruhl here in the classroom with you. We're going to talk about variables. I understand some sort of incident occurred in the playground between some gorilla and some crazy man. I'm not really sure who that was. But the point is, what they were doing actually ties together with our next science unit really well. Variables. What can we change that affects the outcome of an experiment? Hey guys, so with the swinger or pendulum experiment, there are 3 possible variables that we could test in the 5th grade classroom. For example, we could test the length, we could test the weight, and we could test the release point. What are we testing? We're testing to see how many times a pendulum can swing in 15 seconds if we change one of these things. Is the shorter or longer swing going to happen more? Is the heavier or lighter swinger going to happen more in 15 seconds? If we release it lower or higher, which one will happen more? We don't know, but one thing we do know is that when you change one of these variables, the other variables has to stay the same. The first one we're going to do is length. Enjoy. In order to test the length with the pendulum swing, we need a couple things to happen. Number 1, we need 3 different strings at 3 different lengths. But what does that mean for the rest of the experiment? Simple. We're going to use 1 penny to represent the weight, and we're going to use the same release point for each string, which basically means we're going to be parallel from the point at which the string pivots. So what we have now is we have the string parallel to the ceiling, and I'm going to release it on the count of 3. And what we're counting is the number of times the pendulum swings back and forth. Each time it goes back and forth counts as 1 swing. So up and back is 1. Up and back is 2. 1, 2, 3. The next step in the process is to test a string at a different length. So what we have here is a string that is much shorter than the first string we tested. The penny is still the same, so the weight is the same, and the release point will be the same. Remember, release point is parallel to the point at which the string is fixed. We keep these 2 things the same, we should be able to see if the string length has anything to do with the number of swings that occur in 15 seconds.
Now it's time to test it.
1, 2, 3. Okay, the third part of the test is going with an even shorter swing. We still have 1 penny on the end, and we're still releasing this parallel to the pivot point. So let's again count in 15 seconds how many full swings occur. And then we'll know for sure if the length of a string does indeed affect the number of times a pendulum swings in 15 seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey guys, thanks for following along with that experiment. As we could tell, that length does have an impact on how many times a pendulum swings in a certain time period. But if we wanted to test weight, which we could, how would we do it? Well, first, we would want to make sure that what? The string length is the same. Second, we would want to make sure that the release point is the same. Finally, to add more weight, we would use the same unit, which is a penny, and for each test, we would add another penny, 2 pennies, 3 pennies, so on and so forth. And you would keep going until your paper clip can't hold any more pennies, but I think you would be able to make a general conclusion after testing up to a certain number of pennies, whether weight had anything to do with it or not. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you have any questions, certainly ask your teacher at any point. Enjoy variables. They're a lot of fun. Woo! Attaboy!